Local. Breaking news. This is News Channel 3 covering West Michigan live at 5.
A family from New York is giving thanks to a local research company for its efforts to fight back against a debilitating and deadly disease. Joining me right now is Matt Sames. His daughter has been diagnosed with GAN, and Microbio CEO Stephen Rapundolo. Thank you both so much for being here this morning. Thanks for waking up and being here with us. I guess, first of all, Matt, could you tell us what GAN is for anybody out there who doesn't know?
Sure. It's an ultra-rare disease. It's a neurodegenerative disease, and it strikes children when they're about 2.5 or 3 years old.
Now, your little girl has been diagnosed with GAN. Tell us about that diagnosis. What was the process of actually getting her diagnosed with this?
Yeah, it was actually 4 years ago today we were diagnosed. You know, these kids, when it starts to present, have trouble walking, they fall down a lot. And then what this disease does, it's kind of like ALS, but it's a little slower progressing. And if not treated, these kids usually die in their teens or early 20s.
Okay. Now, how has Hannah dealt with all of this through the past 4 years?
She's kind of become a little regional celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, because when we were diagnosed, there was no foundation, there was nothing going on. We've had to start everything from ground zero.
Okay. And a bunch of biotech companies right here in Michigan are working to change the diagnosis for little girls like Hannah and other people who have been diagnosed with GAN. Stephen, I guess tell us about the work that's being done in Michigan to help with this disease.
Well, specifically in this instance, it's MPI Research that's providing a lot of preclinical, so-called preclinical research and development support. And that's very integral in the whole drug development process. And we have a considerable legacy in that, and the industry is pretty large here in the state to support not only the kind of things that are going on to find a cure for GAN, but in many other disease areas as well. But certainly MPI Research is a global industry leader and certainly has a great reputation for quality research work. So.
Okay. Now, Matt, what brings you here this week?
We've been fortunate enough to partner with MPI Research, and MPI is doing hopefully our final toxicology study, and if the results are favorable, we hope to initiate our clinical trial for Hannah and 11 other kids this year.
Now, what's that been like over the past 4 years, getting from the point of diagnosis to this point where you're almost to a clinical trial?
It's been a race.
Yeah.
You know, my wife and I started the foundation. We organized our own international scientific team, and we had to do our own fundraising. So there's no government funding for this. We've done it all ourselves, and with the help of strangers, we've been able to raise enough money to get this thing to the point where hopefully we can treat not only our daughter, but generations of kids that have this affliction.
All right. Matt, best to your daughter, and best to you here while you're here in Michigan. And Stephen, thanks so much for being here as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.